Azure Gleam. To war. It is the end of 1181. 2 years have passed since the Officers' Academy closed its doors. After ascending the throne, Dmitri labors to bring peace to the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. With Edelgard ruling as the Emperor of Adrestia and Claude leading the Leicester Alliance, the three erstwhile schoolmates strike out as the next generation of leaders. A new era is dawning in Fodland, and much teeters at the brink of great change. The first tremors of a major upheaval rock the land as Edelgard declares war on the Central Church.
Pardon my lateness, Your Majesty.
You needn't worry, Felix. I know your duties are many. Though, I'm afraid we could not wait for you to begin the discussion.
This is about the Empire's declaration of war against the Central Church, yes?
Indeed. As you're aware, we have already begun accepting refugees from Garreg Mach. But a few days ago, I received a confidential request from Seteth, asking us to protect the higher-ranking members of the Church, including Lady Rhea herself. Of course, we'd only meet this eventuality were Garreg Mach to fall. As it stands, we find ourselves quite literally stuck between the Empire and the Church. I'm not sure how much longer we can remain neutral.
If I might, Your Majesty, troubling as it may be, I believe it prudent for us to reject this proposal from the Church outright. Offering them shelter will only serve to provoke an invasion from the Empire. This matter of the Southern Church concerns me as well, but I believe we have more important matters to be fussing over at the moment.
Your counsel is much appreciated, Viscount Elidor, but I assure you, things are not as cut and dry as you make them out to be. The mandate granted to the King of Fargus and all the lords who serve under him is given legitimacy only by the grace of the Church. Are we to renounce the very heart of this kingdom simply because we shudder at the thought of invasion? War will always come at one point or another, and some degree of suffering is purely inevitable. You know this as well as I, Viscount.
You dare speak of suffering, do you? When the blaze of war will not scorch your lands in the north as it does ours?
I would normally agree that those of us from the Northern Territory should hold less sway in this discussion. But if Garreg Mach were to fall, the war front would not halt in the west. Your Majesty, what of House Rowe or Galatea, or the others in the south?
Not a word from Count Rowe as it stands, but I did receive a missive from Count Galatea. It read, "My people are not fools enough to rejoice in the surrender of their territories to invaders. There is no morality in turning our backs on the institution at the very foundation of our lives. We must support the Church as they have supported us."
Your Majesty, we owe a great debt to the Central Church for their role in quelling the uprising 2 years ago. To not repay such generosity in kind would risk weakening the trust of your vassals.
And if that happens, we might find ourselves right back in the same mess as before. They lack the crest of Blaidd, but there's no small number of nobles who might crawl out of the woodwork claiming royal blood. The kingdom's already seen the turmoil and division such claimants can bring after the death of King Klaus.
But Duke Fraldarius, surely we are better served attempting to head off the very real and imminent war at hand, instead of debating hypothetical unrest.
I don't want my people to suffer the pain of conflict. But does anyone here really think the Empire will simply stop if we appease their every demand? Suppose we do let the Empire take the Archbishop. And suppose we accept this new Southern Church. Then what?
I imagine the Empire plans to install the Bishop of the Southern Church, Count Varley, in Lady Rhea's place. I fear I've heard nothing good concerning either the man himself or his teachings. They purport to be an arm of the Church of Seiros, but the Southern Church is nothing more than a mouthpiece for the Empire at large.
In other words, rejecting the central church in favor of this new southern one would be no different from flat-out accepting imperial rule. It's hard to say just how they would treat our kingdom were such events to unfold. Though I imagine it would involve heavy taxation for the express purpose of bleeding Fargus dry and filling the imperial coffers.
Do you have something to add, Duke Fraldarius?
Not really, no. I was just wondering how long we were planning to continue this tedious charade. The question's simple. Do we hand over our kingdom and subject ourselves to Imperial rule or not?
I believe the Margrave has been quite clear as to what will happen if we give in to the Empire's demands. We've all been informed of the rapid reformation their region has undergone. Many aspects of which I admire, I'm not ashamed to say. But an old, stubborn land like ours isn't suited for such tempestuous change. Radical new freedoms are not what the people of Fargus need right now. They need stability, steady improvement in their daily lives, and real, lasting change can only come from a solid foundation.
Sounds like your Majesty has made up his mind then. Just say the word and we'll leap into action.
The Holy Kingdom of Fargus will hereby offer asylum to the Church of Seiros. Everyone, sharpen your blades and prepare for the battles ahead. Gustav, Dedu, make to ride at once. Our intentions must be made clear. Not only to the Church and the Empire, but to Count Rowe as well, and all the other lords who failed to answer my summons.
Understood, Your Majesty.
Hey, did you hear? Sounds like we're gonna be going to war with the Empire.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Ever since His Majesty ascended the throne, we've been fighting battle after battle through every corner of Fargus. But I never thought we'd be going toe-to-toe with the actual Empire. I'd be nervous if it even felt real.
Don't worry, it'll start feeling very real very quick once the sword starts swinging.
You know, that might be the single worst attempt at motivational speaking I've ever heard. Not that I'm much surprised at this point.
I can't help but wonder, though. What happens to Fargus now? I feel like things have been steadily improving lately, but not everyone favors His Majesty as I do.
Yeah, I hear the grumbles too. But there's not a ruler in the world who doesn't have their fair share of critics, right? All I know is we wouldn't be where we are now if not for him. I mean, look at me, saddled with some mysterious power we don't know anything about, and he still chose to put his faith in me. It's only right I return the favor in kind. Oh, and speak of the devil.
Am I interrupting something?
No, of course not. Please, allow me to take my leave. Your Majesty, Commander.
So, you heard all that, huh?
More or less. I apologize for the interruption, but there's an urgent matter at hand.
Anything I can do to help?
There is. As you know, we've offered asylum to the Central Church in their efforts to flee the Empire. As such, we are to escort the Archbishop herself to the royal capital at once. I expect heavy pursuit from the Imperial forces, so I am assembling a team of those I trust most to assist in the mission. Of course, I'll be leading my own regiment into battle, but I was wondering if you'd be willing to accompany me.
What, is that it? I'd be glad to. How are things looking at Garreg Mach while we're on the subject?
Grim. Neither the Knights of Seiros nor the monastery ramparts are capable of holding off the Empire's massive military might. I dare say we have precious little time to waste. Prepare to deploy at once.
that reminds me.
How tiresome.
Not good. Let's see. So the story is... Oh no.
Hello there.
May I speak with you? I have a request.
Let's see.
Heya! Yes? Why, hello.
Right on.
Indeed. At your service.
Well?
do you think?
No.
Over here. I've been waiting for you. How about this? There you have it. I implore you.
Time to work you into shape.
I've grasped new strength.
No, this is not my peak.
Got to give this a try sometime.
Hey, I'm stronger.
I'm a better man now than I was 5 minutes ago.
I believe in my own potential.
I will devote myself to this new path.
I'll reach for new heights.
Sure, I'll take a swing at it. Oh, this should be fun. Let's be sure not to hurt each other, Annie. Even a grueling training session is a good time when you're around, Mercy. I'm just glad we finished.
I'm a better man now than I was 5 minutes ago. Well, how do I look?
Strange. It feels as though I'm facing off against Lambert himself.
I'm not sure I can live up to my father's prowess in the art, but I will do my best. Let us keep bettering ourselves. How can I best use this power?
For His Majesty.
Looks like we're partners today. Go easy on me, okay?
I will do no such thing. You'd best not hold back either. Perhaps let's try something else next time. Hey, I'm stronger.
I'm getting better.
Welcome. Come back soon.
I carry a little of everything here. You've got an eye for quality, friend. You've got an eye for quality, friend. Got an eye for quality, friend. Hope to see you again soon.
Which battlefield are you headed to?
Let's earn our keep.
I'll do whatever I have to.
Yeah, we can win this. Don't mind if I do.
I've awaited this moment.
You shall pay for this. You hear?
Sorry, but I gotta fall back.
Give it up!
I don't know how long I can hold out. Help me, please.
Give it up!
We will proceed as planned. I will move to assist.
Not a problem.
Time to make a name for ourselves.
I've awaited.
Take a breather.
I gotta fall back.
All right, let's do this.
Retreat! She'll take the lead.
Let's carve a swath through the battlefield.
I'll do my best. I'm a little nervous about this. I'll do what I can. I'll do what I can. It's worth a shot. I'll do my best. I'm a little nervous about this.
Not a problem.
It's no use. We can't gain any ground.
I'm unstoppable.
Here I go. There's that mercenary flame. Stand down.
My work here is done, darlings.
I'll face my comrades after this.
We did it!
Give it up!
Don't lose!
I'm sorry. We weren't strong enough. Have to keep the momentum going.
Wounds are severe. I have to fall back.
I'll do what I can. It's worth a shot.
We will proceed as planned. We must strike.
I'll do my best. We did it.
Here I go.
Take a breather.
Out of the way! Let's take it for ourselves.
I've awaited this moment.
I'm all right.
Not yet.
Is that all? Feeble defense. Felix.
Already here. Let's enjoy this.
I won't let myself stop.
I could use this.
We've determined the Archbishop's course, Your Majesty. She makes for the Valley of Torment.
Then she's fleeing north, to Fargus.
There is also, of course, a passage to Daphnal territory within the Alliance. But I surmise you are correct. She surely makes for the Kingdom.
If Fargus has chosen to side with the Central Church, it stands to reason they'll mobilize their forces to escort the Archbishop. If they do rendezvous with her and manage to retreat to the Kingdom, our one chance will be lost.
Yes. We cannot let her slip through our grasp. I will see to it myself that we don't. Your Majesty, I will need a squadron well equipped for pursuit if I am to accomplish this task. One such as the Brigid Hunters. Given our considerable losses during the suppression of Garreg Mach, a smaller unit would be preferable for this undertaking.
Petra's unit. Very well. Take anyone you think could prove useful to your efforts. If we can capture the Archbishop, the tides of this war will turn drastically in our favor.
Agreed, Your Majesty.
As for you, gather the others. We must discuss what to do about the Kingdom.
Right away, Your Majesty.
Okay.
Come this way.
Quite trouble.
At your service.
Care to make yourself useful?
Counting on you both.
Let's do this, together.
Indeed. Let's give it our best. You have my gratitude.
What?
I have exhausted most of the Pegasus Corps, so how should I advance the mounted units on the ground?
A tricky proposition indeed. The enemy general won't be foolish enough to miss a chance to seize the advantage here.
If we are going to face the enemy with our remaining troops, it would be best to have the mounted units take up formation in the narrow pass to the east. Then, the remaining Pegasus Knights can attack from the cliffs above and end this quickly. Still, my scouts claim there may be archers stationed on those cliff tops.
Naturally. Everyone knows to expect Pegasus Knights as soon as they see the standard of Galatea. The enemy will doubtless be ready for this.
Yes, it is quite the predicament. I cannot help but wonder what my father or brothers would do. As someone who commands an army of Galatea, withdrawal is not an option.
I don't think you need to rack your brain over this too hard, Ingrid.
But if we fight without any sort of strategy, we will suffer major casualties.
Which might prove to be in your favor. If the enemy sees your back to the wall, they may let their guard down and grow reckless. How many Pegasus Knights stand ready?
Nearly half. Perhaps more if their wounds can heal in time.
Then select the most skilled from among them and make for the cliff tops.
And fly into the jaws of their trap?
While using the speed of the Pegasi to minimize injury, make it look like you're taking a desperate retreat. Then withdraw your troops. If the enemy thinks they've subdued the famed Pegasus Knights of Galatea, they'll deploy troops from their main fortress, leaving it lightly guarded. Once they do, send a separate unit of your remaining Pegasus Knights to capture it.
Yes, that just might work. You are amazing, Lord Rodrigue. I suppose this comes from your wide range of experience.
Actually, it's a strategy suggested by your brother once upon a time.
My brother? Oh, that's right. I believe he served in Srang while he was still a squire.
Despite his low rank, he astonished us all with his clever suggestions for deploying our flying units.
I have a long way to go if I wish to live up to him. I must prove more diligent about studying strategy.
Very ambitious. My son could stand to learn a thing or two from your example. But you ought not overextend yourself. Make certain to rest those wings every once in a while. I wouldn't be able to face the Count or your brothers if I allowed you to work yourself to exhaustion.
Resting my wings is a rather difficult proposition. I can't very well run about playing games as I did when I was a child. In any case, I thank you very much for the advice. I think I know how to proceed now.
The pleasure is mine, Ingrid. This is a most dangerous strategy, so let's endeavor to make sure we both come out of this alive.
Hunger is the true enemy.
Hey, this is great. I bet anyone would love this stuff.
You made this. Impressive.
Wow, this is so good. I had no idea you had this kind of skill.
Wow. Well?
Hey, this is great. I bet anyone would love this stuff.
Whoa, slow down there. This meal's special. You can't just go wolfing it down.
I was doing no such thing. Would it kill you to show just a little tact for once?
Come back whenever you're hungry.
Huh. So House Yvonne is actually just a branch of House Blaiddyd?
Yes, though really, if you trace any noble bloodline back far enough, you will find most of them are related in one way or another. For example, Duke Yvonne possesses the crest of Karen, while her grandfather possessed the minor crest of Fraldarius. Yet another of her ancestors bore the crest of Blaiddyd, which is passed down through the royal bloodline.
So, you just gotta have a crest to inherit the family title, huh? Doesn't matter which one it is?
In general, yes. The nobility used to be more particular about their requirements, but that is in the past now. Since the houses all keep intermingling, none of them really have a pure bloodline anymore. Meaning they don't get to be picky about which crests they get. Though in truth, the main reason why crests are so valued is because they allow their bearers to wield the hero's relics, passed down through generations. In other words, one who possesses a crest compatible with the family's relic is much more likely to inherit the family title.
Huh. Speaking of, you're the heir to House Galatea, but your crest comes from another family, right?
Yes, but my house is a little different from the others. We originally split off from House Daphnel in Leicester, you see. And at times in our history, crest bearers have been passed over entirely for the inheritance.
Can't you just pick a rule and stick to it? Why do you nobles always have to make stuff so complicated?
Complicated or not, this is important knowledge if you are going to keep serving His Majesty. If you stay ignorant, the soldiers you command will lose respect for you, and His Majesty's reputation will be irreparably damaged.
Sorry, you're right. I shouldn't be complaining after I asked you to teach me. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, right. You're the legitimate heir, and you have a crest, which means you're gonna inherit the family title someday. But what about all that talk of becoming a knight? Can you even do that if you're leading your house?
No. I have dreamt of obtaining knighthood and defending the king ever since I was a little girl. But I'm afraid it's not meant to be.
And none of your siblings have crests, do they? Isn't there anyone who can take the title for you?
My eldest brother says he is willing to do so if necessary. After all, the decision comes down to what the family and the heir want. Usually, leadership passes to a child with a crest. There have been exceptions, as I mentioned before. Even so, it is the duty of every kingdom noble to take up their relic in defense of their people. Not to mention, my father is not the only one who wants to see me in charge of the house. The citizens of Galatea are hoping for the same.
Huh. I'm not sure I really get all the politics behind it, since I wasn't born in the kingdom. But wouldn't you still be able to protect the king, even if you ended up a count?
I am not sure I follow.
Sorry, I can explain some other time. There's a story about a mercenary I'd love to tell you.
Hey, just the guy I wanted to see. I've got a bit of a favor to ask. You know that special sword you fight with? Well, I was wondering if you'd let me take a peek at it.
Sure, if you want. Can't say I expected this kind of interest coming from you, though. It'd be one thing if it were Dimitri or Felix asking. You know how they get about weapons. But you?
You do remember I'm the heir to House Gautier, don't you? I've been studying the art of combat ever since I was just a kid.
Well, you always skip out on training, so... Anyway, here. This work?
It sure does. What a weird sword. You know what it's made of? It doesn't look like iron or steel to me.
I couldn't tell you. Honestly, I have no idea.
What about how you can make it appear right out of thin air? Is that some sort of magic?
Nah, not exactly. It kinda just comes to me when I call it.
Well, that's vague. One more question then. Would I be able to use your sword if I wanted to?
Doubt it. The thing vanishes the second I let go of it. But, hey, Why do you want to know so much about it anyway?
I guess I was just thinking how nice it'd be if there were more weapons like yours out in the world. You know, a hero's relic can take down hundreds or even thousands of soldiers in a single swing. Depending on who's doing the swinging, of course. But as soon as the wielder dies, that's it. If you don't have a crest, it's nothing more than a fancy-looking hunk of whatever they're made of. Of course, that wouldn't be an issue if everyone could just use a sword like yours.
Maybe so, but that doesn't make it possible. I mean, there's still so much even I don't know about it.
Right. It's not like you can just make a second one or something.
That's actually a pretty interesting idea. You've given this a lot of thought, haven't you?
Hey, you're talking to the future Margrave Gautier here, remember? Of course I'd think about this kind of stuff. After all, us nobles wouldn't have nearly as much work to do if everyone could fight with the relics. And then I could spend all my time goofing off, just like I did back at the academy.
Yeah, in your dreams. Don't make me tell Ingrid about this.
Whoa now, you don't need to do that. Have a heart. Come on, let's see that sword of yours a little more.
What is it? It's much appreciated.
Hey, did you hear? We rounded up the last stragglers from House Climate.
Yeah, and brought destruction raining down on one of their villages in the process. Of course, it was partially their fault for mustering an army, but I can't believe His Majesty would allow such meaningless slaughter.
Something on your mind? If you object to their idle gossip, it would behoove you to speak up.
No, it's just... I don't really know what Dimitri was thinking either. It's almost like he's built a wall around himself, ever since the day he killed his uncle.
My apologies, but could I ask you to join Gustav in keeping an eye on things here for the next few days?
Sure. You going somewhere? Kinda surprised Dedu and Rodrigue aren't joining you.
The two of them recently departed for Dusker. They have their own duties to attend to.
Then why don't I join you? I've got more free time these days than I know what to do with.
Offering to work during your well-deserved time off is not as praiseworthy as you believe it to be.
You're one to talk.
I suppose you have a point. Very well. I'll take you up on your offer. The journey will not be a pleasant one, but your assistance will surely prove valuable.
I was wondering where we were going. This is the village that was wiped out during our recent battle. Hold on. You're not planning to bury the dead by yourself, are you? It's not really a job for a king.
Perhaps not. Yet a resting place is all I am capable of offering them now. Were it possible, I would not have let this village lose a single brave soul. I never intended to see them incinerated by the all-consuming flames of this war. As the one who authorized our battle strategy, I alone am culpable for their deaths.
It's not like you made the decision lightly, though. You discussed it for hours with Rodrigue and the others.
Even so, no means can possibly excuse these ends. No amount of justification will bring back the lives that were lost here.
True. And no matter how hard you fight for a better outcome, there's no guarantee you'll actually achieve it.
No, I cannot shut my eyes to the cruelty my actions have wrought. Yet, if I do not claim this battle, and its aftermath to be just and proper, my soldiers will lose faith in me. How long must this horrible cycle continue?
Don't be like that, Dimitri. I'm sure people will understand if you just tell them the whole story.
There's no need for that. This burden is mine to bear, and mine alone.
fight starts now.
Well then, shall we?
We will win. I'm sure of it.
Let the battle begin! Move out!
I'll handle this.
Everyone, advance!
So this is defeat. I'm sorry.
You'll never win! Thank you, my friend.
Let me at him.
Let's be sure to keep hold of it. Begin the operation. Our orders are clear.
Hear you loud and clear. I'll make short work of this.
Let us take this stronghold.
This is it!
You shall pay for this, you hear?
That should do it.
You're finished!
Take a breather.
This belongs to us now.
You're finished. Not your day, huh? Can I face my comrades after this? Pretty good, huh?
I'm glad to go.
We're done for. The rest is up to you.
Time to make a name for ourselves.
Let me at him.
Take a breather. No regrets.
Let's get started.
Not a problem. I've got this.
I'll give it 1,000%. Leave everything to me.
Hear you loud and clear. I'll make short work of this. Hear you loud and clear. Watch and learn.
It's a net.
My turn.
Let's carve a swath through the battlefield.
Time to get going.
I face my comrades after this.
Let me at him.
We're done for. The rest is up to you.
I'm sorry. We weren't strong enough.
Take it. Here it comes. Out of the way. You're done.
How can I face my comrades after this?
Time.
What's next? I'm waiting.
Not a problem. I've got this.
I'll give it 1,000%. Leave everything.
I'll handle this. You know what they say about playing with fire. Join me, Sylvain.
Think you can keep up?
We need to move fast. Attack!
problem. I've got this.
I'll give it 1000%. Leave everything to me.
I owe you. Join me, Sylvain.
Think you can keep up? You got my back?
Here to help.
On to the next one.
Sorry, I shouldn't stare.
Allow me.
Sorry, we weren't strong enough.
Sylvain.
Come on, partner. Not your day, huh?
Do you have to call me that? Prepare! You'll never win! Thank you, my friend. I owe you.
I'm dragging the others down.
No regrets.
This should make a good foothold.
I'm still alive and kicking.
I won't let this go to my head. How can I best use this power?
This way. Hello. Please.
Allow me to assist with any matters regarding the facilities. Let me know if I may be of further service.
Yeah, the flavor's not really there. Might want to try something different next time.
This is delicious. Why are you looking at me like that, Felix? I won't share my portion with you if that's what you're wondering.
I don't want your scraps, old man. I swear sometimes.
Come back whenever you're hungry.
You know, Felix, I've been thinking. Actually, never mind.
What? You can't say that and then not tell me. Come on, out with it.
Okay, it's just... Even though you never show it, I can tell you really care about Dimitri and the others. You alright there, Felix? There's no reason to get all choked up over it.
It's your fault for saying something so ridiculous.
Hey, you're the one who asked. But it's true, isn't it? I know I'm right.
And what proof do you have?
Well, for one, you move way better when you're fighting alongside them.
That's only because I've known them so long now I can predict their every move. The boar always rushes straight into enemy lines, so I have to be ready to cover him. Of course, few can survive one of his mad dashes. But I can't just leave him alone. The man doesn't give his own safety a second thought. We don't coordinate, though. I just stick around to make sure the coast is clear for him to run wild.
Huh. But when you're fighting with Ingrid, you're usually the one who ends up charging forward.
Yes, because her Pegasus is an easy target for enemy archers. It's better for me to dash ahead first and eliminate any potential threats. Not that she's incapable of dodging an arrow or two, but she loses sight of her surroundings in the heat of battle. If she advanced before I did, a cloud of arrows would be the end of her.
Uh-huh. So then why do you always get surrounded when you're fighting with Sylvain?
Because the braggart always insists on showing off. Though if nothing else, he does have the skill to fight his way out of any bind.
Sounds like that's not part of your strategy then. But you'd still never pull it off if you didn't trust each other.
It's all natural for a soldier.
Honestly, it's impressive how well you work with everyone. I should take a page or two out of your book and learn more about the people I fight with. Maybe having a better grasp on their personalities would help me coordinate our movements better.
Who knows? You're welcome to try at least. If you've already got a good read on me, the others shouldn't be an issue. Anyway, we're done here. Talking to you is exhausting.
Care to make yourself useful?
I've got nothing to worry about with the two of you on the job.
Let's get this over with quickly, so we can have a nice cup of tea. Ooh, yes please. And maybe some of your treats to go with it? We all must do our fair share.
Another beautiful day. Perfect weather to get a bit of training in.
There you are. I've been looking all over for you.
Hey, Annette. Not used to seeing anyone else up and about this early. What's up?
Oh, this is awful. Just the worst.
This doesn't have anything to do with me, does it?
It absolutely does. You sang my song in front of the other mercenaries.
Your song? Oh, you mean the one about the horse that had a human face?
No! I mean, yes, but that's not what it's about at all.
Really? I could have sworn the lyrics said something about the guy's body being 80% horse. I liked it so much I couldn't stop humming it to myself, and then I had to teach it to the other mercs when they overheard me.
Which explains why I heard it in all corners of the camp. It really caught me off guard. I haven't sung it for anyone else yet, only you.
Sorry, should I have kept it to myself? I thought it was a great little tune, honest.
I'm glad you liked it that much, but I hadn't even finished writing the lyrics yet. I don't mind my songs getting around once I'm happy with how they turned out. But it's super embarrassing when people hear one before I've finished writing it.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. It's no fun when people see or hear something when you're not ready to show it off. I mean, I'm the same way. I can't stand it when other people watch me practice my sword work. Though, I can't really avoid it if I want to get any real training in.
Exactly. But my song's out in the wild now, and there's no putting that cat back in the box. I guess I'll just have to wait till everyone forgets it.
Hey, I'm really sorry about all this. I could tell everyone to pretend like they never heard it, if you think that would help.
No, absolutely not. That'll just make them all suspicious.
In that case, why don't you just finish the song? Then you can sing the final version for everyone, and they'll forget about the old one in no time. You might not be happy with it right now, but it's clearly catchy if all those people are loving it.
You have a point there. I guess I just need to finish up the lyrics then.
That's the spirit, though I do really like the whole 80% horse part. The fight starts now. We've got an ally to rescue, so stay on your toes.
We have to do everything we can.
We're in bad shape over here.
Not a problem. I've got this.
I'll do what I can. It's worth a shot.
Let's begin.
Allow me.
I'm going.
This stronghold will fall!
Let's begin. It's time to move.
Shall we? Let's give it a shot.
Stand down.
Give it up!
Too easy.
What's next? Take a breather. Retreat! Not a problem.
We did it.
Allow me.
I'm going.
You'll be sorry. Give in!
Great.
I can go.
I'll do what I can.
I'll do it.
We'll give it a go. Not a problem. Not a problem. My turn. This stronghold will fall. We did it. Here it comes. Take this. You're done.
I can go. I have to try. There.
We're done for. The rest is up to you. I'm unstoppable. Take a breather.
You're incredible. I'm not sure I even need to be here.
I'll do what I can. It's worth a shot.
A taste more bitter than blackest coffee.
Right on.
Shall we?
Not a problem. I've got this.
Shall we? Let's give it a shot. Let's start the attack.
Now's our chance. Attack!
This stronghold will fall.
Stand.
Take a breather. What's next?
You called? Well, what's next?
Too easy!
do what I can. It's worth a shot.
Let's begin. It's time to move.
Shall we? Let's give it a shot.
Not a problem. Move out!
I'm not faster!
Just wait! My turn?
You shall pay for this. You hear?
We did it.
Allow me.
I'm going.
I can go.
Still improving.
Shall we? Come with me.
Take a breather.
There's that mercenary flare.
Comes out of the way! You're done! Imbeciles! Yeah? We did it!
Is that all we've got?
That was close, but we made it through.
I won't let myself stop here.
I'm getting better.
Uh-huh. Well? Time to work you into shape.
Well, if it isn't our mercenary friend, I trust you've adjusted to life in the kingdom by now.
Yeah, more or less. I've been here a few times before on the job, so it's not too big a shock. But I've never lived as far north as Ferdiad. There's still a bunch I need to get used to. Stuff like the wind blowing straight through you, or how it's always so stupidly cold, even inside, or how you can't go out after a blizzard. It snowed so much one night that I couldn't even open the door in the morning. Thought I was off to meet the goddess that day.
An amusing enough story when you tell it like that. But Fargus winters are no joke. They're harsh, unforgiving beasts. Tell me, have you grown to despise the cold?
Nah, it's not so bad. I mean, sure, all the snow is really annoying, but it's also beautiful. You can't see lamplit streets covered in the stuff anywhere but here.
I thought the same when I was young. Though the more years I gain, the more frustrating it becomes. Nevertheless, this brutal tundra is the only home we have. Meaning there's nothing to do but adapt, persevere, and enjoy the lives we've built here.
Adapt? Like how the messengers ride Pegasi instead of horses during the winter.
Exactly. The sight of those majestic creatures soaring through the frost-ridden sky is one unique to Fargus. No matter how much snow blankets the ground, our Pegasi quite literally rise to the occasion. When my son and His Majesty were still just boys, they followed one off into the frigid mountains of all places. By the time I found them, they were but two shivering masses on the ground. For a moment, I thought my heart would never beat again.
So, Felix has been getting into trouble ever since he was a kid, huh?
His penchant for danger is unchanged, yes. Though I fear his disposition has grown far sharper. The hardships of becoming Duke at his age are undoubtedly weighing upon his mind.
I don't know. I don't think you need to worry about him. He can take care of himself just fine.
A fair point. Perhaps it's time I let him spread his wings like the Pegasus he chased all those years ago. It seems the coming winter will bring more than just cold to Fargus. The ravages of war approach on the same wind. Training in such conditions will be a struggle indeed, but we cannot afford to ignore the looming Srang threat either. Managing our territories through it all will not be an easy task. But I have faith we will adapt, persevere, and overcome. Just as we always have.
Next winter, huh? We'll just have to do whatever it takes to make sure the war's over by then.
Care to make yourself useful?
I've got nothing to worry about with the two of you on the job.
Stuck with you again? Fine, let's get this over with.
Indeed. We should finish this quickly for both of our sakes.
I've got nothing to worry about with the two of you on the job.
Let's do this, Ash.
We can do anything we put our minds to. Let's show our friends the power of teamwork.
We all must do our fair share.
Hey, Dedu, what are you doing here? You need something?
No, but I must ask, what are you doing here?
Just, you know, making sure all the equipment's in good shape. With how rough yesterday's battle was, I figured it couldn't hurt to round up all the weapons that got broken and try my hand at fixing them.
I see.
Sorry, should I not have taken them out at night or something? You're giving me this look like you don't trust me.
You have His Majesty's trust. I will not lay a hand on you. But I would like to better understand who you are.
Makes sense to me. I'm still just a newcomer and my background's unclear at best.
My apologies.
Nah, it's fine. I'd be suspicious of me too if I were you. Besides, I don't exactly want to go losing my employer either, so feel free to keep as many eyes out as you think necessary. Dimitri clearly needs all the help he can get. I mean, he made me a commanding officer without so much as a second thought to my past or my intentions.
Yet that conviction makes people follow him. And I agree with his decision. Having you close by is convenient.
What, so you can keep a better eye on me? It doesn't really matter. As long as he's paying me, I'll do whatever I've got to do to win for him. Oh, and if I do anything suspicious, you're more than welcome to cut me down right then and there.
A very mercenary response.
Well, yeah, that's what I am. I might have risen the ranks, and I might have my own unit now, but I'm still a merc at heart. As long as I get the results, everything else, like trust and respect, will follow. At least, that's what my old Captain Burling taught me. So, I guess I don't have much choice but to just keep at it till I earn your trust.
I see. Now, these weapon repairs will take time. Allow me to aid you.
You sure you don't mean keep an eye on me? Glad to have your help, though, Dedu. Hey, this is great. I bet anyone would love this stuff.
You made this. Impressive.
This is heavenly. You can really never get enough of your favorite foods.
Come back whenever you're hungry.
Hey, this is great. I bet anyone would love this stuff.
Oh, thanks. Did you know this was one of my favorites?
Oh, I love this. Thank you very much.
Come back whenever you're hungry.